What's up? We are here at Activision, and we're learning more about Call of Duty Ghosts with Yale, who is a senior producer on the project. Now, these graphics are incredible. We've seen a lot of changes. One of them is Sub-D.
Yep, so we're doing a ton of new stuff with the new engine. Sub-D is just one thing of many, and Sub-D is awesome for characters and kind of your weapon and models. Basically, it takes stuff that used to be kind of blocky from a normal poly count, but then in-engine, in real time, it'll actually continue to make more polys as you get closer to it. And you've all seen it in games, how you look at something up really close and it starts to break down. What this does, it continues to stay sharp. So really perfectly smooth curves for sights, for your hands, all those kinds of things. And with that, it keeps that level of immersion up really, really high, so that you never get those moments where it doesn't quite look right.
So we don't see like the pixelation.
Yep.
And we also have really realistic topography, like in the rocks.
Yep, so new feature called displacement mapping. It's basically an advanced tessellation feature, which basically allows us to take what used to be there used to have shape, so let's even say it's something like a wall or a pile of rocks, or whatever it may be, and we can actually, in-engine, actually make the real geometry. So before, we have amazing artists who can make it imply that geometry through just shades and different colors, but now it actually really is there, and it just makes for just a better looking experience.
So we're having a more realistic, more beautiful experience than we've ever seen before.
Oh, definitely. Those are just two of the features, right? There's so many things in this new engine that are just pushing to make what we think is the best looking Call of Duty we've ever done.
I've heard that not just like the engine was rebuilt, every little piece of the engine was rebuilt.
Yeah, we rebuilt everything. The whole goal was just to make sure that we were making the best game we can, and starting with the new engine, and then just going into the story and a new story. It's just been a great event.
Is the story something that fans of Call of Duty can just really latch onto? Where are there some classic elements?
Yeah, so with Call of Duty Ghosts, like Modern Warfare series, the guys at IW really felt that it kind of ended with MW3, and the story ended, the trilogy was done, and so with the new game, it's new story. So it's actually written by Stephen Gaghan, who won an Academy Award for Traffic, wrote and directed Syriana. He's got an office at Infinity Ward, and just working to make a whole new story. It starts off with this mass event where basically the U.S. has been crippled. The military, the government, everything's in disarray. And at the same time, there's a new superpower that's kind of arisen. And they're kind of encroaching in, and it just changes the dynamic. Because in the past, you've always been kind of an overwhelming superpower, and the cavalry was always coming. But now you become part of the Ghost Squad, and it's not just a fight to win, but also really a fight to survive.
That's a new field than we're used to. I saw the line was "We are all we've got," and the presentation of that big round theater, it just blew me away.
Yeah, the screen is amazing. It's great when you work on the game and you get to see it, but just seeing it in all of its glory on that massive screen, and just being able to step into the theater, from the vibration into the ground that they've built into everything, it's great.
Tell us more about what fans can really look forward to that's not just what we're used to, but what's completely different.
Well, one of the things that we're showing in one of our levels is one of the other squad members, Riley. So Riley's a dog that's in the game. That's
famous Call of Duty dog.
Riley is very, very famous. We never knew Riley would become that famous, but it's awesome because you're able to work with Riley to he'll detect enemies. He's got a camera that pops up. They actually has a special earpiece, and this is all stuff that we learned from working with real SEALs and SEAL team service dogs. That they have an earpiece. They have little collars with little vibration sensors, so you can actually, via a tablet, if you need to be totally stealthy, you can actually use the tablet and kind of help guide the dog where they can go, and then just how athletic the dogs are, and wow, a dog can breach. No, they're yeah, you just pop the window and okay, that's awesome. That'll be an awesome gameplay. So just figuring out all these different kinds of things and the places the dogs can go and access, it adds a new element. The other level that we're showing, Into the Deep, it's all underwater. So we've done underwater before, but now it's just a whole new level with the new engine, everything, the immersion you're able to do, and then it's a full level underwater. With underwater combat, you're actually using a real world weapon called the APS. It's actually made to fire underwater, and so just a whole new kind of experience with some of that stuff. And then there's so much more.
That sounds great. I feel like I'm going to get emotionally attached to that dog.
I sure hope so.
I don't.
I sure
I
hope
don't want
so.
anything to happen to the dog. How soon can we look forward to this?
So the game's coming out on November 5th on the platforms Xbox 360, PS3, PS4, Xbox One, of course, and PC.
All right, we'll look for that soon, and don't cry over the dog.
No, don't. Riley's awesome.
All right, thanks so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Really appreciate it.
Yep.